I'm up first. It's been so long, I don't remember.
Yes, dude, you always do the intro.
Hey guys, this is Daniel,
And Matthew. And
and
we
we
are
are that
that
damn
damn brand.
Brents. Okay,
We are back with episode 24 of our podcast. Yep, it was E3 this past weekend or week, and so there's a lot of gaming news, a lot of gaming hype to be discussed. So we figured we'll get together via the wonders of the internet and discuss it. So where would you like to start off?
I guess we can start out with Bethesda, because I don't know. Like,
It
we can just
was
get that one out of the way.
Yeah. All right. So Bethesda had a pretty good conference, aside from one guy in particular who was yahing and wooing after like every single fucking word out of the guy's mouth. I don't remember his name, but yeah, the studio head of Bethesda or whatever.
I don't know their names, yeah.
Uh, Todd Howard. I actually did know it. Yeah, I was like, shit, I know it, but I couldn't pull it out, but I did. Yeah, anytime Todd Howard said anything, or anytime anyone said anything, really, this guy was just like, it's like, I feel like the security should have done more to stop him.
Unless he was a paid employee, which I believe they actually do have there.
I mean, plants are one thing, but that was like way over the top. Like, I don't know.
He was trying to earn his bonus.
Yeah, they're like, if you get enough woos and yas in, we'll give you an extra X amount of dollars. It's possible.
I have to disagree though with them having a good conference. I felt most of it was just like, yeah, we fucked up, but now we're unfucking up in a sense. Wait, Battle Royale.
Yeah, I will say this though. So we were watching it via the Twitch live stream of their conference, and all of the reaction in the chat whenever they announced Battle Royale, they're like, "Fuck this game," and it's like the emotes and stuff on Twitch where they were just the fans reacted badly to that. But I guess the people in attendance thought it was okay.
Well, plants.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Whenever they showed the crowd, I never saw the people yet shouting. They were just clapping. I never saw the people that were like actually hyped about it. I really think it was a very few amount of people that were close to the microphone.
or maybe they actually had that guy mic'd, but had it turned down. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's possible.
because it was a joke for the longest time that at least the games didn't have Battle Royale or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, nah, you thought we could fuck it up? Let's do it, you know? Like, they just went for it. They're like, shit, you know, double down on this.
What's funny is that I'm surprised they didn't mention the canvas bags thing, because apparently those are finally getting sent to people. Like, you know, they originally pre-ordered it because it's supposed to be some kind of nice bag for Fallout 76, and then they got these like cheap plastic ones or whatever, and there's a big huge fan backlash, and so they decided they were gonna fix them, and now people are finally getting those fucking bags. Here is like almost a year later. And you think that part of their mea culpa, you know, we fucked up thing would be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's everyone's bags, and everyone in attendance seems to get a fucking free bag anyway, since we made like a jillion of them to replace the other ones.
They gave all the shit ones away.
Yeah, we burned all the other ones, and so these ones are good.
No, I don't know. I think it was more geared towards trying to bring in new players and saying, look, we've heard all the complaints, we're doing something about it. NPCs. And it's not really geared towards the people who already paid because they already lost their money. It's geared toward trying to sucker more people in. So that's why I thought they didn't include the bags. I could be wrong, but
I mean, that's
you
a
know, that's
good
what
way
the
of
free
looking at
weekend's
it.
for.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. It's just kind of funny that them announcing NPCs actually got cheers. And I know you know we've been discussing the whole plant thing, but I've played Fallout games before, and like I guess the fact that I haven't played 76, it's like I didn't know what the deal is with NPCs. Like, you know, I guess the game didn't have them, but
Yeah, the game didn't.
but like in a game that's supposed to be multiplayer, co-op, or whatever, like, do you even really need NPCs? Like what is the deal about them adding them to the game? It makes it feel more Fallout, I guess.
I didn't play the game, so I can't really say. But I guess there's no mission givers or anything like that. I don't. the towns feel empty and just full of people that I guess can kill you. I don't know how the PvP works. But you know how they're talking about how they have the best fan base in there, and then because the people don't kill each other, and like immediately after that, the official stream of it was saying, yeah, people. It's not that they can't kill each other; it's that you have broken mechanics, and anyone who engages something dies.
Yeah.
So you can't fight anyone because the mechanics suck.
And isn't it like I think they actually mentioned it too during the conference. They said like level 20s coming in to like help the level 5s or whatever. Like if they have that sort of disparity, like wouldn't the level 20s if they decided to kill the level 5s just like be easy pickings? Like I don't know. I don't know how the game works either because I've not played it, but anyway.
We missed our chance.
For what?
The free weekend.
Oh. Why, would it end today or what?
I don't know. I guess I don't care enough to find out.
Yeah. I think it was an actual free week, but yeah, I guess if E3 was last Sunday, then it's ending today or ends today. But anyway, so let's move on to Wolfenstein Youngblood, because that was part of the Bethesda conference. That game looks pretty cool.
I agree.
I haven't played any of the new Wolfensteins, although with Xbox Games Pass now available on PC, which Daniel and I both purchased for $1.
$1.
We'll be able to give it a shot. I actually tried to download it and I got an error, but hopefully I'll be able to play through it before Youngblood comes out.
Yeah, I plan on picking up the other ones as well and play through the whole thing. All of them. I read that they're short, so I don't think that would actually be hard to do. But I'm hoping that I can play through all of them before Youngblood comes out.
Yeah.
And on Steam, they are only $15 for 2 of them, for the New Order and Old Blood. And then with the Games Pass, you can play 2, so you have your bases covered for less than $20. You can play all 3 of the previous ones before the new one comes out.
Wait, are there 3? I thought it was New Colossus and shit. I don't remember the name of the other one, but I thought there were
there's the New Order, Youngblood, which is a prequel to. Is there New Colossus?
that's the one I was trying to download via the Games Pass was New Colossus.
Oh, isn't that 2 though?
Yeah.
2 New Colossus? Yeah. So
yeah.
There's 3.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, they got that basis covered there. And then what else was there at the Bethesda conference? It was like Fallout, Wolfenstein. Oh, Doom, Doom Eternal.
Game looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how it's going into heaven and shit, but
it kind of reminded me of little Diablo 3.
That's what I was thinking too. It was more like I felt it was more like a Diablo than a Doom, because Doom I'm used to like space and shit.
It's like yeah, go ahead.
Well, like you're a space marine and you're like in Mars or on a ship in the middle of nowhere. You kind of feel, in my opinion, alone in this place that's being taken over by hell, or a portal to hell, or whatever. The demons leaking in. This, like you said, felt more like a good versus evil type thing, like a more biblical demons versus angels. While I'm not against it, it didn't really feel like Doom to me in that aspect. But the game itself looks good, so it is something that I'd be willing to give a shot.
Yeah, and I felt like it was if Diablo 3 had become a first-person shooter, like just aesthetically, because it reminded me so much of Diablo 3, like whenever you got to heaven in that game and all that. But it is something that I would give a shot as well. I agree with you on that. And then was that really it? I'm trying to think. Like Bethesda.
I think that's pretty much all we cared about.
Bethesda wasn't Cyberpunk, was it?
No, that's CD Projekt.
Okay, so they were part of the Microsoft conference, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's move to that then.
The Microsoft conference.
Yeah.
As you all may well know already, Keanu Reeves showed up for the Microsoft conference because he will be in the new Cyberpunk game. Yes.
Cyberpunk 2077.
And they found out they actually shared his role in the game. I don't know if you were aware of that. he's technically not a character in the game. He's more like someone that only you see. So
Interesting.
yeah, so there goes the co-op as ideas of it. Someone is playing as Keanu.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what we were talking about when we were live streaming it. But
Is your character customizable in that game?
I don't know. I feel like it would be, but
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, the game itself looks really good. The graphics were pretty awesome. I was really impressed by that. The lighting was real good. I know afterwards, this really didn't have anything to do with the Xbox conference. They announced that it's going to have ray tracing, and this is one of the few games that I'm actually excited to see ray tracing. And I'm sorry, Quick too, but I am looking forward to the visuals of this game, and it comes out 2020 next year, correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's when the new graphics cards are going to come out that I'm looking to get, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of Witcher 2. I wasn't around for Witcher 1. I've not played Witcher 3 at all, but I know plenty of people that really liked Witcher 3 and said it was really fucking good. And then they added Geralt or whatever into Soul Calibur, and he's a pain in the ass in that game. But anyway, but I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. I think it'll be really cool, actually. Just as an aside, I don't know if Daniel actually remembers this. He won a statue from it from one of the. Who was the guy? Like, tell us that story again.
Okay, I don't remember his name, so it's gonna feel bad.
Well, not don't. I mean, not necessarily his name, but
So he was at E3. I think he's like a developer out of Austin, of like a little indie developer, and he got invited into like some of the E3 developers areas, and he won a Cyberpunk statue, which I've actually seen on a lot of prominent YouTubers' backgrounds, because you were only allowed to get those if you were a developer, or I guess someone who is actually in the industry, and they gave them out to people. So I have a pretty damn exclusive statue here, and he just raffled it away, and somehow I got the winning raffle. It's kind of funny because I was probably the person who like didn't care about the game the most at the time. It's looking good now, so I'm glad I won it, and I definitely can see that this is going to be a series that I would be looking into in the future, especially if they added co-op somewhere down the line. But yeah, it was really cool. I wish I had it on me because it's in the other room and I'd have to get up and miss my green screen. But
it's all good.
if you want a picture, we can post one up or something.
Yeah, maybe I can add it in post.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of went to the wrong person in my opinion, but hey.
I mean, you didn't immediately sell it on eBay, so that's something.
Yeah. I did that with my E3 stuff that I bought over there, so that's where that joke comes from.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Cyberpunk, and then you mentioned Keanu Reeves, and there's memes about Keanu. We're not gonna bother with those, but you can find them, I'm sure, if you've not seen them already. That's it for Cyberpunk, right? Like,
Yeah, but if you're talking about Xbox, there's more.
yeah, no, I know about Xbox, but go ahead then.
Well, okay. Well, I was gonna bring up Gears.
Do it.
Gears video, I guess was
teaser
yeah.
trailer, yeah.
I don't want to call it trailer because it didn't show shit.
Well, that's why I said teaser, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't show anything. This is what I just said, but it was interesting how it showed Sam, and she was, I guess, struggling. That's her name, right?
Cat, I think.
Cat. Oh shit, you're right. It is Cat.
Mhm.
Sam was from the other game.
Yeah.
Sorry, it showed Cat, and she was distraught with different emotions in her head, and the whole trailer was pretty much just about her fighting, I guess, internal demons. From my understanding, from things I've read online after that, and this wasn't from official sources, so take this with a grain of salt, that they're trying to make the game a little bit more feminine, and that's why they're choosing a female lead, and they're trying to make it more emotional. And if you've followed the series at all, you know that it was about chainsawing people in half and a lot of testosterone, and they're trying to get away from that, which
I don't know if I like that, yeah.
Like, if it works, it works, but it's kind of like, you know, that's what the game was. It's like those people trying to take Duke Nukem out of Duke Nukem. It's, you know, a lot of people were saying that you, like, I know this is a totally different subject, but like Duke Nukem was to much of a guy, quote unquote. I'm like, well, that's what he is. Like, that's kind of how I feel about this game. Like, that's what it is. There's so many other ways that you could introduce that into the world without taking away something else.
And I agree. And Gears, like you said, wasn't about femininity, I guess. And not that there's anything against it, but like that's not what Gears is. That's not the soul of the series. That's not the heart of the series. That's, I mean, hell, was there even not even really a female playable character until 2 or 3? Like when you could play as Anya and
Yeah, until 3, and I think they did that just from pushback.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So I mean, it's not what Gears is, and so I really hope that they don't lean too heavily into that. I hope that it's just kind of like a, hey, this is to, like you said, that because of the pushback in those previous games in the series, I hope it's just kind of like a little something to appease someone, and not like a full change of direction or that sort of thing.
I think it is going to be changed of direction just because they already ditched Jake as the lead.
Well, but I mean, like, I don't know, like you said, making it more feminine or something. Like if they tone down the blood and the violence, and
Oh, you mean like that? Okay. Yeah.
What the hell is Gears at that point? You might as well be playing Call of Duty or something dumb.
Yeah. I want my Gibbs.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to chainsaw some mofos around corners.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll see how the game goes. I'm still gonna get it. I'm a big Gears fan. So that's probably gonna be a day one purchase for us, or Game Pass, whatever. If we have Game Pass, then we have Game Pass too. But I don't like when they do things just to do it like that. Like if it makes sense to the story, or if like that's, I guess if you can find a way to do it without forcing it in. But I don't like when they force it in. That's what it. Other than that, the game looks good. I didn't get to play the exclusive mode, but you did, and you said it was all right.
So yeah, I went to the Microsoft store at La Cantera here in town in San Antonio, and because there was a list of stores if you went online where you could go to and play the escape mode from Gears 5, and so I went there after work. I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that, and so there was, when I walked in, I've never actually been to a Microsoft store because I don't have any fucking reason to go to a Microsoft store. You know what I mean? Like, what I know enough about computers that I'm not gonna buy some pre-built nonsense, and I'm not gonna go there for merch. So, I really didn't have a reason to be there. So, like, you know what I mean? But like, so why the fuck would I even go in there? So I didn't know anything about the fucking store. So I walked in. And I asked them, like, people walk up, can I help you or whatever? And I said, yeah, I'm here for the Gears 5 event. And they were just kind of like, Gears? And so I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be a cluster of fucks. I can already tell. And they got on their little headset walkies, and they're all like, breaker, Gears, this kind of shit. And they were like, oh, someone will be with you. You can just walk around. I'm like, okay. So I just started walking around the store. And I happened to look off to like the corner, like the very back corner. There's like a little small Xbox section, and I saw the fucking Gears logo, and so I was like, okay, that's where it is. I was like, fuck these guys, I'm just gonna go. So I just walked over there, and there was one guy playing it with one employee. Like, well, they weren't playing it together. The employee was, I guess, was supervising or whatever. And so I walk up, and I was like, hey, can I jump in on this? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, because there's no one else playing except this guy. And so he asked the guy to restart it. So we go in, we play it. There were 3 characters. Each one had like a signature or like an ultimate or whatever. The guy I picked had a shield, kind of like Reinhardt's shield. It was like a frontal shield that you activated, and then it stops bullets. I believe that if people got close enough to you, they could still melee through it. And then he played the girl who had an electro knife, some kind of like special super melee.
Yeah, the one that you saw in the trailer.
Yeah. And I forgot what the other guy was, but I didn't play as him because the reason why I didn't play as him was because his starting weapon was a snub, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
What if snub's like super?
I was gonna say it's probably OP, like it's like Bolt Talk in 2 and 3 or whatever. But anyway, so we go in and we play, and it's different. I'll say that. You start out by escaping from like a cocoon type thing. You bust through like a tree you saw in the trailer, and the guy reached his hand out and pulled him out. You do that, and then you have to plant a bomb or something, and then it starts going off, and that's when the enemies start coming out. There were very few ammo, like very few ammo. Ammo was super scarce, and I don't know if it was a mutator or something, because I found out when I was leaving the game, like when I went back to the home screen, that there are actually mutators you can add, kind of like the skulls in Halo and whatnot.
Yeah.
Make it ammo scarce, more enemies. Yeah, exactly. Provide more of a challenge. And so I don't know if that mutator was on or if it's just the game mode itself, but ammo was extremely scarce. I was basically meleeing as many fucking things as I could, and the melee feels a lot different than other Gears games. You know how, like, if you melee with a shotgun, you do like this whole like huge arm bash type thing. Well, this one, it was like if you push the melee button, you like just have a knife and you're just like knifing motherfuckers.
Wow.
And if you get behind them, you can instant kill them. Like, if I get behind a guy who was taking cover, I got behind him and I meleeed him. It was just like into his fucking brain and killed him instantly, one hit. And I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. It reminded me a little bit of Halo, but didn't have to hold the button down or anything. But the enemies were cool. There were locusts and DBs or whatever the robots were.
The drones, yeah.
Yeah, and there were locusts as well. There was a new one that had like a fucking huge ass helmet and like this big like sword thing that's following us around, and it was pretty cool. I probably got to play about 10 to 15 minutes, and unfortunately we lost because it was only 2 of us instead of 3, and the guy I was playing with wasn't that great. And because I didn't know kind of like anything about what I was doing. Apparently he had been playing at least a couple hours, but yeah, so because there was nobody in the damn store, like nobody. I was very surprised. Actually, I thought I would have had to like wait in line or sign up or something, but yeah. And so it was fun. I'm looking forward to the game. I just wish I had been able to play more. So like we died, and then the Microsoft employee was like, "Oh, I gotta go on lunch," and then he proceeds to like unplug the fucking console and take it with him like out the door, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like they're real intense about that demo security or whatever. But it was still playing online, so I guess like if somebody had been able to steal it, they would have been able to like get the console home, plug it in, play it while it was online, and then once it's deactivated, that would have been it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because he was the only guy that could do it. Like since he had to go to lunch, he had to take the console, and like I couldn't play anymore. Like he couldn't just like leave me sitting there playing the game. Anyway, but it looks cool. I'm looking forward to it. We need to finish 4, so.
Yeah, that's something that we can put on our list. I have a lot of things on my list, like Pokemon's.
Oh, like games to finish?
Yeah, which I have been working on in my spare times.
Nice.
But, yeah, so that's a go. The Halo, I guess, are we done with Gears?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Okay.
have anything else.
Halo looked really good. The graphics were really good looking. It really didn't show any gameplay, but just the visuals were nice. Okay, it's cool that they're releasing it on both the next gen and the current console, so people don't get left out. What would be really cool, which I don't know if they'll do that, like if you buy like one copy of it, you get it on all 3 consoles, like or 2 consoles and the PC. That'd be funny.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but Halo's looking good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Halo Reach more than anything else. When that game finally launches, which we need to figure out what the hell's going on with that Game Pass. That's a different story.
Yeah. A lot of fond memories of that game.
But yeah, I'm excited for Halo. Especially if it's part of Game Pass. I don't feel like I'll lose anything by signing up for $10 or whatever for that 1 month.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. You spend $10 a month, you beat 1 or 2 games. It's cheaper than spending $60 twice or whatever. So
Yeah, makes sense. And I'm pretty sure they make more money because a lot of people were buying shit used back in the day. So it's better to get like $10 from everyone than to get like $60 from a few and nothing from others.
yeah, very true.
So yeah, that's I guess that's all I remember from the Microsoft conference.
I have something from the Microsoft conference.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. I very much do. So we're sitting there, we're watching the Microsoft conference on Twitch, and it's like show one of these trailers or whatever, and like this guy is just walking, and you see the back of him. And we're like, what is this, Crackdown? Like, I don't know. And then Daniel recognized it before me. I don't know what it was that clued him off in particular, but he was like, Phantasy Star? And I was like, no fucking way. And then, yeah, sure enough, fucking Phantasy Star Online 2 is finally gonna come out in the West. It's been 6 fucking years or something crazy. So I was like super hyped for that. Like at one point I had 7 viewers and I was like fucking yelling like, oh my god, fucking Fast Star Line 2, yeah! It went to like 4 immediately. I don't even care. Like that's how hyped I was. Like you have no idea. Like Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast was like my first online game, and I had a lot of fun with that. Dreamcast is still to this day my favorite system, my favorite console of all time. So being able to play PSO2 in English, full translation is gonna be nice because I actually. Like 2 years ago, I actually showed Daniel how to do it. Like you have to create a Japanese account and all this stuff, and I showed him a little bit of it because I had actually managed to get on and play it. But it's still the majority of it was in Japanese, and so I didn't really know what the hell's going on. I got to play it a little bit, but now it's gonna be fully in English, and it's super hype. So I'm really excited. It looks amazing, even though it's like an old as shit game.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I've always wanted to play 2. I was really into the first one, episode 1 and 2. Played it on GameCube. Had the GameCube LAN adapter, and whenever I went to my grandmother's house, my cousins, who actually still play games to this day, we would always do the 4-player split screen Phantasy Star, and had a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I saw that there's a lot more classes. It's going to be hard to pick which one I want. And luckily, it seems like there's a lot more in between classes. It's not like Phantasy Star 1 where it was like sword or gun. It's kind of like hybrids. So that's kind of cool, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, well, I guess I can wait because I'm gonna have to wait, but it's releasing next year, so all total, like I think I had sent something to Daniel about it. It was announced originally coming here in like 2012 or 2013.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, so like 7 or 8 years, it's finally gonna come out, and we're gonna be playing the shit out of it. At least I will. I hope we both will, but
yeah, I'm gonna play it, and it's free, so there's no excuse not to. With crossplay, which I'm a strong advocate of crossplay, so I'm really psyched about that too.
So I wanted to ask you about that. Like I haven't had a chance to discuss that with you since we got hyped about it or whatever. Actually, I made a post about it on our website, and somebody replied on Twitter saying like, "Oh, it's I didn't see anything about a PS4 or PC release. It's only on Xbox, boo or whatever." And I'm like,
thinking Xbox. Yeah, I'm thinking only Xbox.
Well, yeah, but so then they said crossplay. So is it going to be crossplay?
Well, I'm guessing crossplay
Xbox and PC. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Japan, isn't it only PC?
No, it's on PS4 and Xbox. I mean, yeah, well, it's on PS4 for sure over there too.
Oh, okay, so maybe in the West it's only Xbox, because Microsoft is paying money to get it over here to the West.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably keeping it to themselves.
I wonder, like, there had to be somebody at Microsoft that's like a huge fan, because I mean, the people like me that have been clamoring for this game for fucking ever, we're not like active. Hell, I basically forgot the fucking game existed because it's been so damn long. I'm like, whatever, it's not gonna happen, And so I don't know how it got going again, but I'm glad it did, and it's just it'd be cool to jump in.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be fun
for sure. And so that is probably the last of the Microsoft conference. I don't know, everything else, like PSO, I was like, all right, I got really hyped, and then it's like, okay, everything else is just kind of bonus.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The only thing I really have from, I guess, the rest of E3 in general is, well, Banjo was cool being announced. I like the way they announced it. Unfortunately, I saw the announcement before I saw the trailer for the announcement, if that makes sense. Like, I saw Banjo's coming, I click on it, then I see the trailer. And the way they did the trailer was really cool. I liked it. I was like, damn, that'd been so badass to see that before I actually knew, because the way they faked out how it looked like it was Banjo, but then it wasn't. Did you watch it?
Mm-mm.
So, it was another character in Smash that, damn, I forgot who. I don't remember, but it was like a shadow that looked almost identical to Banjo, and then they took it away, and it was like one of the characters from like Smash in there already, and then they did another shadow again, and this time it was Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I forgot who it was, and that hurts bringing this up, but that was cool. Like, I really like that, but was AMD announcements for me, like the tech stuff, because they didn't announce everything at Computex. They should have. And I'm
Yeah,
excited.
we can talk about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so they announced the 16 core CPU, which that thing looks beast as shit. They announced performance for the 12 core, which is going to be great for streamers. They showed a demo of it running at 1080p, like, so they're playing Division. Well, I guess they're doing the benchmark of the Division. I recognize that being the benchmark. And they're running it at 2K. I'm guessing ultra settings. And they're streaming 1080p, 60 frames at 10,000 kbs.
Wow.
Like, something that you would never do.
Right.
And they're still getting like 80 frames in 2K. So I don't know what GPU that was. I'm pretty sure it was an AMD GPU, which is why they never brought that up. But that's just awesome. Then they announced the 16 core, which obviously is going to be better than that, because that was the 12 core. And then they announced the price of the 16 core, and they said in September. Based on that, though, we already knew that the 12 core was going to be $500. Now we know the 16 core is going to be $750. The speeds are pretty much the same. Like, they're off by 0.1. So I'm gonna say it's kind of a wash. But so to get 33% more performance at a $50 or not 50% increase in price, I don't think it's worth it personally. I think me personally is probably gonna go with the 12 core, because with that $250 extra, I can invest that into a better GPU and get more frames, or I can even just save it until the next generation of CPUs and put that towards that. And like, when this one's starting to show some wear or like just being outdated, you can put that towards a newer one, because you're already buying something that's so strong that it's going to take a while for you to get, like, to cap it out, I guess, for lack of a term.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're doing that ridiculous demo that they did.
All right, and even then they probably weren't capping it out.
Yeah.
That's from the looks of it. So I just, from a streaming standpoint, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, 16 core probably is overkill, at least for now, but at that price point.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12 core is probably, my upper limit too, probably where I would go.
So, I think if the 16 core was cheaper and it still get, like, I just don't, the value's not there the way I'm looking at it. And in PC parts, they degrade they're getting cheaper all the time. So you don't want to throw a bunch of money over something that you're not really going to use, when you can use that money towards just upgrading to the next generation. Because even now, like, from adopting the last motherboards that we have, we're not going to be able to use PCI 4.0 when it comes out. Fortunately, it doesn't really affect gaming, and it doesn't really affect what we do. But there's some people out there that are going to feel it.
Yeah, thankfully it's not us.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know, that's what my thoughts on not AMD. Well, AMD and E3.
What about the NVIDIA cards?
There's nothing. Okay, so those are all leaks, but those leaks make them sound like they're gonna be really good. It sounds like they're scared of what the new Navi chips or CPUs, not CPU, GPUs are gonna do at the price point. So it looks like they're trying to up what they can do. And a lot of people went from being meh about it to their most recent leaks being very excited about. I'm excited because the next generation of them, the 2020 ones, are supposed to go down to 7 nanometer as well. Right now they're using 12 nanometer. That's a lot more little cores on there. So that's when I think ray tracing is going to be viable. So that's what I'm excited. And seeing a big jump in performance like we would right now shows how much bigger it would be when they actually go to a brand new architecture that's a third of the size or 2/3 the size. How many more little things they can fit on stuff. So yeah, ray tracing may soon be a thing,
And not just in
a
God damn it.
gimmick.
Oh, what was that game that old ass fucking game that they added ray
Quake.
tracing? Yeah, Quake 2. Yeah, they added fucking ray tracing to that. Oh god. Damn it. Glorified tech demo, but still. God damn it. Yeah. I don't know. The only thing I wanted to mention about E3 was there's a new Contra coming out, and I'm a big fan of Contra. That was one of the first like Nintendo games I ever played, and it looks different. I mean, Daniel and I, before we got on this podcast, we were kind of discussing the price point for it. We're like, I was like, I don't really see it might retail for $60, but I was like, I don't see it being worth $60. And so I'm like, maybe like 30, and he thinks that even that's too high.
I think it'll probably be $30, but I wouldn't pay 30 for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't imagine it'll be a day one pickup. I think it'll be more like a summer sale or winter sale.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's down to $15. Like, cool, let's grab it because it's co-op, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm hype. I like Contra, so it'd be cool. And is there anything else you want to mention? I do have one thing else, but in terms of like E3?
No, not trying to Z3.
Okay, what about in general?
Nothing right now. No, I can't think of anything.
Alright, so then yesterday I did another one of these, like, go and visit a store to play a game early type things. Yesterday it was for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, at the Best Buy in North Star Mall, which was funny because for some reason I thought it was, like, in the mall or, like, near the mall. It's actually across the highway. Anyway, and so the event started at 12. Apparently it ran from 12 to 5. And I got there at 11 just because I'm like, all right, let's kind of see if there's gonna be lines or, you know, kind of like what's going on. And like, there was nobody there. Like, as far as I knew, like, I'm like, the event's happening here because they have like one or two little posters, but there was no real indication of like where it was gonna be. Like, they didn't have like a big area or anything set up for it. So I'm like, well, I'll just kind of walk around the store. And then when I was walking around, I saw some people come in with like bright red Nintendo shirts. Well, I didn't know they were Nintendo shirts. They're bright red shirts. And then when I got close, it's all the Nintendo like written on the shirt. I was like, oh, okay, these are the Nintendo reps or whatever. And so they were like went to like hang out by the Switch area with like Switch games, and I guess they had like a Switch demo unit and whatnot. And so they were just hanging out, and then I was trying not to, I don't know, like bother them. So I was just pretending like I'm looking at DVDs and shit. And as it gets closer to noon, this guy shows up with like his 3 kids, and he goes and starts talking to Nintendo reps. I'm like, fuck. So he's gonna be the first one to make contact. I was like, I'll probably end up having to play with them. And sure enough, that's what happened, because there were 4 of us, like the dude and his kids. Well, so he had, no, I take that back, he had 2 kids. So it was like him and 2 kids plus me. It's the 4 of us. Like, because they were running the demo in groups of 4, I had to play with them. And so we start playing the game, and immediately I was like, they said you can switch characters at the beginning if you want or whatever, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But there were limited characters. I think the full game's gonna have like 30 or something like that. This one had 12 maybe. And so the game started, and I was Captain Marvel, and I'm like, whatever, that's fine, because I wanted to play as a flying character, because I feel like in all the Marvel games, flying characters have an advantage because you can just kind of like fly over obstacles and dodge shit. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll play as Captain Marvel. She's probably overpowered anyway. So you play the game, it's kind of fun. It sucks because I don't know if it's going to be like this if you're playing it online, but like, you know, with couch co-op, or in this case, local co-op.
Yeah, you're stuck in the camera.
Exactly. The kids were over there fighting like one guy, whereas I'm over here pummeling like a shit ton of people, and like I'm trying to get to all of them, and they're like 3 of them on one person, and I'm like, fuck my life, man. But it was fun getting to play it early. The like team up moves, like the ultimates or whatever, it was kind of cool because I initiated it first, and then when someone initiates it, the other players or I'm not sure how it would work with like if you're playing 1 or 2 players, but with 4 players, since I initiated, everyone else was able to piggyback off of mine and like combine to like the ultimate, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty badass. It was like screen clearing move essentially, and so it was pretty cool. Got to play about 10-15 minutes, and I only tried Captain Marvel because, like I said, the characters were limited, and then the other characters played like Deadpool and like the ones that I wanted to be. So I'm like, I'll stick with Captain Marvel. It's fine. But yeah, it was like a 15-minute demo. Like, we beat it, and that was it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and then the Nintendo reps gave me a choice of some swag, so I got a red Nintendo bag, and they gave us Ultimate Alliance 3 Black Order keychain. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And so that we'll probably be streaming that soon in like
Next
a month. Yeah.
Yep. Next month.
So we'll definitely be on that shit.
Alrighty. I guess, is that it?
Yeah. That's all I have.
So I've been Daniel.
And I've been Matthew, and we just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you guys so much for your support, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye.